Bank.
13 fences or hurdles, and they're set. Light on racing, and they jumped pretty well. Tortoise was the slowest to begin, and also Fiddleback slowly away. Diamond Scene, Byfleet, Mighty Shane, Imperial Flash at the first with Son of Vengeance, and Kinzan as they go over it. Spanish Minstrel midfield. Tortoise one of the last. D'Angelo about 3 lengths off the lead, and Sovereign's Crest at the second. Oh, Imperial Flash has fallen. Son of Vengeance badly checked. Favourite check there, Son of Vengeance. Imperial Flash has got up on his feet. I think he might have hurt himself. I hope he's okay. The jockey's certainly all right. And as they come to the second, we were lucky we didn't lose a couple of others there. At the third, Mighty Shane, Byfleet together from Diamond Scene. They knocked that over. Kinzan, Tortoise, D'Angelo. Son of Vengeance has recovered from Fiddleback, then Prince Habit. Spanish Minstrel last, and Sovereign's Crest at the fourth, and the leader pecked at it a bit. Byfleet, he let a length Mighty Shane, not a lot of pace on. Then Fiddleback on the outside, Wonder Kinzan, D'Angelo, Son of Vengeance, Diamond Scene at the one in front of the grandstand. 2 lengths away, Prince Habit, 2 to Tortoise, Sovereign's Crest, and 2 or 3 lengths Spanish Minstrel. 2200 out in the hurdle, and Byfleet by a length to Fiddleback, Mighty Shane, Kinzan, D'Angelo 3 deep for the moment. Son of Vengeance the rail, Wonder Diamond Scene, 2 lengths further back on the field, Prince Habit. A length Tortoise, Wonder Sovereign's Crest, and Spanish Minstrel last. 12 lengths covered them at the 2000 along the riverside, and Byfleet going along a length in front of Fiddleback, who's travelled well, and a length to Mighty Shane at the first. Oh, Byfleet's run through the rail. Byfleet flattened the rail. He's missed the jump altogether. Unbelievable. Well, luckily that rail is giveable, and it just smashed in half, and Byfleet's on his way, and the jockey's all right. Well, a sensational hurdle race as Fiddleback goes to the next, and you can see Byfleet running along on the inside of these horses. Fortunately, there's a rail between them. Mighty Shane is second, a length D'Angelo, Kinzan. One away, Son of Vengeance. On the fence next is Diamond Scene as they go over that fence. A length and a half away, then Prince Habit, Sovereign's Crest. 2 to Tortoise and a length Spanish Minstrel. Well, I just hope Byfleet keeps away from these horses a bit. He must be distracting them as they go to the next. And Fiddleback, they've knocked it over again. The jumping's been very poor. Fiddleback a half, D'Angelo having a good crack at him now. 1.5, Son of Vengeance at the 1200, and Mighty Shane. A length to Kinzan as they go over that. Sovereign's Crest starting to improve. Kinzan under the whip, then Diamond Scene. Prince Habit well back, Tortoise and Spanish Minstrel being held up for a late run. 1,000 out, a most unusual sight with Byfleet, the riderless horse, on the inside of the track. Fiddleback leading, there's a rail between them. D'Angelo is outside, Sovereign's Crest having a crack at them. A length and a half further back on the field, then to Son of Vengeance, Mighty Shane. Then Prince Habit from Kinzan, Diamond Scene. 3 to Spanish Minstrel, second last, and Tortoise on the turn. 600 out, D'Angelo and Fiddleback take the lead. 2 lengths Mighty Shane, a length away Sovereign's Crest, 2 lengths further back Son of Vengeance. Spanish Minstrel starting to run on very strongly, giving them 6 lengths into the straight. D'Angelo led, they've got 2 to jump. D'Angelo about a half to Fiddleback, 2 to Mighty Shane, Sovereign's Crest. They go to the second last. D'Angelo over at about a neck in front of Fiddleback. 3 lengths Sovereign's Crest, Mighty Shane, Son of Vengeance, Spanish Minstrel. At the last, Fiddleback and D'Angelo, they go to it. D'Angelo pecked at it again. He landed a half in front of Fiddleback. He looks to be going better. He draws 3/4 in front. Sovereign's Crest, Mighty Shane and Son of Vengeance, and D'Angelo's back in the winner's circle. Look at Byfleet on his inside. D'Angelo wins by 2 lengths Fiddleback. Sovereign's Crest third, Mighty Shane, Son of Vengeance. Then Spanish Minstrel from Prince Habit, Kinzan, Tortoise. Diamond Scene. Imperial Flash failed to complete the course. Of course, he fell at the first or second. And he is all right, Imperial Flash. He's trotting along now at the 200. And Byfleet has absolutely run through the rail at the 1900. It was a sensational incident, and we are so lucky that all the horses and riders are all right, because it could have been something very, very nasty. And he just runs through the rail as they come to this fence. Up, over, it's taken off. So he's jumped the fence and then gone through the running rail. It was unbelievable. And as I said, we can thank the fact that we have an aluminium rail as we see Byfleet coming back to scale. He doesn't seem the worse for wear. Obviously, we'd like to have a look at his quarters a bit more closely, but it's amazing that he hasn't hurt himself. And in the old days with the wooden rail, you can see the horse has got some paint on his hind quarters, his near side hind quarters. In the old days,
is on his stand, ready to run.
Racing this time, Our Pleasure, one of the best to begin, headed by Hidari. Swane going fast with Research, and also Stellaris up in the firing line. Romantic Thoughts out pretty wide. A length into Fleet Model, followed on the inside by Secret Path, Rising Strike. Our Pleasure drifting back to midfield and very wide over Shortery, and then Tricky Woo. Sovereign Bonus next to last, and Drag Red trails. On the side, 700 to go, and Swane about a half length on in second place, Hidari. 3 wide as Romantic Thoughts, a length Stellaris, 1.5 Research, Our Pleasure. A length Shortery off the track, Fleet Model in the middle, Secret Path the inside over Rising Strike, and then Sovereign Bonus, second last Tricky Woo, and forget about Drag Red around the corner. And Swane shows the way, a length on Stellaris, who can't get out, followed by Hidari and Romantic Thoughts, and then comes Research on the outside from Our Pleasure, and Fleet Model getting up on the inner. But Swane shot away at the 200, about 2 lengths on Research, going after it quickly now. Swane in front, but Research is coming home very, very fast, looking to be doing better, and Research quickly collars Swane, and Research, the best backed in the race, comes away and has defeated Swane. Third was Stellaris, followed by Rising Strike, Sovereign Bonus, Hidari, Tricky Woo, Our Pleasure, Fleet Model, then Shortery, followed by Romantic Thoughts, Secret Path, and last was Drag Red.
Well, they certainly knew where the money was going. Well back, Research. 3, 7 and 12 past the post. In the first event, the Christmas giveaway handicap in 105 and 12, Sovereign's Crest, $7.90. Quinella, $16.65, and the trifecta, $1,781.80. The first in Sydney we just gave you, 3, 7, 12 officially past the post. The interim totes, Research 170.75, Swane 70 cents, and Stellaris $3.70. The first coming up in Adelaide in a couple of minutes' time, but let's go up in Adelaide.
Jumping quickly out wide, Stella Matutina away fairly well, headed by Mega Rangeley and Mahafal. Mahafal gets through on the inside with Mega Rangeley to be the joint leaders, 2.5 in front, Stella Matutina third. Then Lady Loot showing speed up on the inside of Queen Regent. Then came Boom Crash Opera. About 4 lengths further back in the field, then Bequeath, and tailed out of the field is Polo Fleur. They race to the home turn, going to the 500-metre mark, and Mega Rangeley has given Mahafal no peace at all. They lead by 3 to Stella Matutina, whose rider is working on her. 2 lengths away then, Queen Regent starting to knuckle down. Lady Loot making the turn awkwardly. Boom Crash Opera, Bequeath, and Forget Polo Fleur. Mahafal the leader from Mega Rangeley. 3 lengths away, Stella Matutina, and then Queen Regent, who's racing a little greenly, but Mahafal is clear. 2 in front now, Stella Matutina and Queen Regent getting to Mega Rangeley, but Mahafal for the money, and Mahafal goes home to win it by 2 on the line. 2 second placing out deepest of all, Queen Regent, Stella Matutina third, then Bequeath followed then by on the inside Mega Rangeley. They were followed by Boom Crash Opera, a long break then to Lady Loot, and tailed off Polo Fleur.
Okay, it looks like 4, 7 and 6. The favourite home in the first at Cheltenham. 4 is Mahafal, ridden by Jay Courtney and trained by Colin Hayes. 7 was second, Queen Regent, and 6 was second. Let's have a look now, a third rather, Cheltenham race.
At Rose Hill, Research has won 2 out of 2 now, $1.70 and 75. Saunier 65, Stellaris 370 from the Cummings stable first up, Quinella 285, trifecta 125.40. And in Adelaide, Mahafal, the Colin Hayes trained 2-year-old who will go up to Brisbane now for the Magic Millions, 75 cents and 50, Queen Regent 80, and Stella Matutina now, I'll try that one again, Stella Matutina 85 cents, the Quinella 180, and the trifecta $6.25. The shortness here, racing, stay afloat, missed it a bit I thought, Open to Offers beat it out clearly and is going to lead on settling from Fiery Fantasy. Well, Make My Week is coming to the outside, and Kalara Valley coming across with it. 2 horses that are trained here at the track, that's interesting. On the flat side, Open to Offers leads with Fiery Fantasy, and behind them Blazing Curves. Going up fast, Lily of the Field, and Stay Afloat a couple of lengths off the lead from Stagecraft Comelina. Casey's Comet Diamond Orphan and the 2 Flemington trained youngsters out on the outside. It's Make My Week and Kalara Valley, not much between them. On the rail, Open to Offers going boldly, a length in front of Fiery Fantasy, Blazing Curves, Stay Afloat up there handy. Out wide, a Lily of the Field, Comelina behind them from Stagecraft, Casey's Comet Diamond Orphan. Out wide, Kalara Valley just shading Make My Week. Open to Offers at the 400, about a length and a half. Stay Afloat, he's had to go for the whip, Clark, Behind them, Fiery Fantasy, 2 or 3 lengths, Blazing Curves, and Kalara Valley out wide. Open to Offers at the distance, about 2 in front of Stay Afloat. The inside well in front. Then Fiery Fantasy and Blazing Curves, but Open to Offers is going to win in a breeze. Is 4 lengths in front of Stay Afloat and wins very softly. Blazing Curves third from I'm an Orphan, Fiery Fantasy, Casey's Comet, Stagecraft, Comelina, Kalara Valley third last on the outside, Lily of the Field second last on the rail, and last down the outside, Make My Week. 3-1-9-1 very easily this. Just trotted in Open to Offers. That's a very soft win. Heffernan was very, very easy on it in the last little bit. And it's won very, very well. 110.6. Likes this track, no doubt about that. And has won very well.
The race 2, 3 Open to Offers, 150 and 70, 1 Stay Afloat 60, and 9 Blazing Curves $4. The Quinella 155, Trifecta $57.05, and the double 1 and 3 $15.30. That's the running double. Now, just before we go to Sydney, where they're moving in, but
Cheltenham missed the start by 2 lengths, and actually Country Club first to begin. Sudden Flash second, a half length from the leader. 1 Potter McQueen ahead, Golden Adventure the rail. Then Diabolical Liberty, Stimulus a bit wide, 2 lengths Misty Music, Trader Pete second last, 3 lengths Copper Gnome. At the end of 400 metres, and Sudden Flash having a shot at Country Club, but Country Club a half Sudden Flash. A little over 1/3 Golden Adventure on the inside of Potter McQueen, 3 or 4 lengths to Stimulus as they string out. Another 3 Misty Music passing Diabolical Liberty, and about 5 or 6 lengths Copper Gnome and Trader Pete. Coming to the bend, about 500 to go, and Country Club still a half length clear. Sudden Flash the favourite second, 3 or 4 Golden Adventure, 1 Potter McQueen, 2 lengths Stimulus and 3 Misty Music. Around the corner, and Country Club and Sudden Flash, little between them, 2 Golden Adventure, Potter McQueen and Stimulus. Down to the 250 metres, and Sudden Flash and Country Club stride for stride, 2 Potter McQueen and Stimulus. Now it's Country Club ahead, Sudden Flash, and a length to Stimulus, keeping Potter McQueen tightened up a shade. Country Club still in front, Potter McQueen and Sudden Flash coming at Country Club, and it's going to be Potter McQueen. Potter McQueen's won the money from Country Club and Sudden Flash, and then Stimulus, Golden Adventure, Misty Music, Trader Pete, Diabolical Liberty, and Copper Gnome was last to complete the course.
What a tremendous finish in Sydney there. 4 across the line, and Jeff Marnie's farewell handicap, Bruce, that's certainly going to be well remembered. Great ride too, I thought, by Jay Cassidy.
He's a brilliant rider, Tony. He had problems here because Stimulus wasn't giving him a lot of room, and you can see Potter McQueen going between Sudden Flash, who's 2 off the rails, and Stimulus, who's 4 off the fence. Cassidy drives him through, and it's a most unusual combination, this, Jim Cassidy and Tommy Smith. Jim's been riding for Tommy quite regularly in the last fortnight or so because Mick Dittman's been away, and he's had a lot of success for Tommy. And of course Jim's the top rider for Brian Mayfield Smith, who's Tom's nemesis in Sydney. But Potter McQueen will get it from Country Club on the inside, and a Sudden Flash in third placing. I'd suggest with Sudden Flash that if you backed him today, follow up, because there was a lack of a run that beat him. He was travelling beautifully on the turn, had the race won at the furlong and a bit, but when the pressure was applied, race hard fitness beat him. This is where Potter McQueen's in trouble. Stimulus is inclined to lay over him, and Cassidy with the whip in the right hand, which is unusual in Sydney, it's like a jockey riding with the left hand here in Melbourne, is able to drive Potter McQueen through. We saw a lot of Potter McQueen here during the Cup Carnival. Ran second behind Grandiose on Derby Day, and then ran third to Ascot Lane in the Guineas.
Number 1 Potter McQueen paid $1.75 and 65, 2 Country Club 85 cents, and 4 Stimulus 55 cents. The Quinella a mere $4.35, and the Trifecta not much more, $24.80. The openers on Cheltenham now, and your caller is Ron Paps.
Sing now. Had he caught them fairly, Twig now perhaps the slowest to hit the ground. Best away Lord Kildare ridden out for the lead and takes up control. From Twig now working between horses. Well kept is kept wide. Just a hobo the inside. A length away with him now, gaining a little bit of ground to him there is Trade Line with 1600 to run, and 2 to Mighty Conquest. Into the far side turn they go, and heading to the 1400 metre point, the leader Lord Kildare by a length and 3/4 to Twig now, who's pulling a little. The pace slackens here, 2 lengths away to Well Kept, who settled down fairly well. A length and a half low to Just a Hobo. Trade Line pulling on the outside of Mighty Conquest. Slipping along the far side, going to the 1200 metre point, and the leader is Lord Kildare. He's got 2 lengths to Twig now. A similar margin of 2 lengths then to Well Kept, a length and a half. Trade Line starting to pick up the bit. Then Just a Hobo and Mighty Conquest. The rail. Trade Line's off around the field now as they go to the 1,000. He's riding him with plenty of dash here, Trade Line. He'll take over from Lord Kildare shortly, I think. Twig now third. Well Kept has been ridden quietly. A length and a half likewise, Just a Hobo outside of Mighty Conquest. Lord Kildare still the leader, holds the lead, racing down the side at the 800 metre mark. A half 3/4 in front of Trade Line. Twig now third, and then in 4th position on his outside, moving up closer, Well Kept. A length and a half, Just a Hobo around Mighty Conquest. They're going along again at the 600 metre mark, and Lord Kildare led 3/4 of a length to Trade Line. Well Kept has popped its question. Twig now feeling the pinch, and then Mighty Conquest, and around them Just a Hobo. Anybody's race on the home turn, a packing field. Trade Line getting to Lord Kildare. Well Kept getting to the pair of them, and Just a Hobo claiming the lot of them. They fan across the track, and Just a Hobo went to the lead now from Well Kept and Trade Line. Here's Mighty Conquest getting home between them all with no weight. He might get up and shock a few of these. It's Mighty Conquest getting to Well Kept. He's finishing better, Mighty Conquest, and he'll go on and win. Mighty Conquest from Well Kept. He's coming again on the line, Well Kept, but he's just failed to get him. And Mighty Conquest has won from Well Kept. Then came Just a Hobo. Trade Line, well, we had our thoughts about him. Further back, Twig now, and Lord Kildare was last.
Few doubts there, but 6, 2 and 1, it appears, past the post. Number 6 was Mighty Conquest. Deny. Number 2, Well Kept. Jolly, and number 1, the favourite Just a Hobo, A. Gresky. That's the unofficial past the post in Cheltenham. Race 3. In race 2, 3 open to offers, 150 and 70, 1 stay afloat 60 and 9 blazing curs $4. Quinella 155, trifecta $57.05. The running double 1 and 3 $15.30. Cheltenham race 2, 6 Mighty Conquest 415 and 155, 2 Well Kept 75 cents. Number 1 the favourite Just a Hobo, no third dividend. Quinella and trifecta to come. Flemington race 3.
From the start, light on, ready, racing. Pinotage not all that well away, actually. Probably missed it about a length, and he ran into Inca shortly after the start away. Fairly well, Royal Appeal inside of those. Catherine the Great going fast. Ascent of Man right up there early. Brigand Star tucked in behind them with Magic Amber. Arthur's Theme showing a bit of speed, and not far behind those horses is Squire's Fortune as they settle. About 2 or 3 lengths off the leaders, Inca and Glowing Tribute just inside of it, and Miss Tycoon at the 700 metre crossing, and Catherine the Great, the filly, about a half Ascent of Man. Arthur's Theme, then Squire's Fortune. Glowing Tribute just in behind them with Brigand Star. Royal Appeal out wide. Pinotage has had little luck. Squire's Fortune in front of it. Further back, Magic Amber. Miss Tycoon, Inca well back through the field, and one of the last masts sold. Ascent of Man led, but tackling it hard. Glowing Tribute between horses, Arthur's Theme, and running on Inca with a good run, and Royal Appeal. Glowing Tribute's taken the lead from Inca, and Ascent of Man with 100 to go. Clark's kicked Glowing Tribute away, a length to Ascent of Man and Inca, and Glowing Tribute's coming away to win handsomely. Ascent of Man second, Inca third, Royal Appeal fourth. Then Arthur's Theme. It was a nice run first up. Miss Tycoon, Pinotage never got into it from Brigand Star, Mast Sold. Further back, Catherine the Great. One of the last to finish, Squire's Fortune, and Magic Amber, and a shocker today to be last. 10, 2 and 8. Glowing Tribute has won like a very good horse. Second, Ascent of Man. And a third, 8, which is Inca. Officially fourth will be Royal Appeal. This horse is bred to be anything by Dan Zatorre from Pure of Heart, who was a magnificent mare by God's Walk, who came out here as the first of the God's Walk stock, well before the sire did actually. Was imported by Robert Sangster. And she was a weight for age winner and a brilliant mare, and this horse, as I said, bred to be a top-class galloper, and that's just what I think he might be. Officially fourth, 11, and fifth, Arthur's Theme, which was a very good run first up for a horse who hadn't raced here before.
Minute away, Sydney. Flemington race 3. The Quinella in now, $6.65, and trifecta $217.50. The double 3 and 10, $19.70. Adelaide, race 2, 6. Mighty Conquest 415 and 150, Well Kept 75, no third dividend, 620 and 33.20 for the trifecta. Extra double approximates just coming up now. In the first leg, number 1, second leg, number 1, $21.45, number 2, $7.90, and number 3, $4.80, and that's the favourite Be Reasonable. Fairly good odds. The rest, $15.85 for number 6, and that's Doug's Hope, and then 13 to 16, you get really big money for them. But the favourite in the second leg of the extra double is number 3, Be Reasonable. Let's go to Sydney now for the Coolmins Handicap. One to move in there, 5 scratchings, a field of 9. Big odds the rest. They've jumped Rose
at the
Hill.
end of 50 metres, and Gracing drops back to last, and Fiery Reason just in front, headed by Raise the Tempo and Terrace Gold. And settling Raise the Tempo, a half Terrace Gold, 1.5 Fiery Reason, then to Brook and going quickly Rassington a low wide. Then Home Remedy, Allen's Mate Star Rango, and last in Gracing. Going to the side of the track near the 700, Raise the Tempo, a length Terrace Gold, 1.5 to Rassington, followed on the inside by Home Remedy. In the middle, Fiery Reason, and wider out Star Rango. About 2 lengths to Allen's Mate and Engrossing, and to Brook of the last pair. Raise the Tempo, 500 left to go. 3/4 of a length in front from Terrace Gold. Wider out is Rassington, being hard ridden, and then Home Remedy, and a length and a half to Fiery Reason, and Olsen starting to shake him up, and he's starting to make ground now. At the 300, Terrace Gold takes the lead clearly from Raise the Tempo. Fiery Reason would need to get a spurt on, and Terrace Gold kicked away inside the 200 metres. Terrace Gold 2.5 clear on Raise the Tempo, Rassington and Gracing. Forget Fiery Reason, but this newcomer Terrace Gold and Jimmy Cassidy aboard will win easily. Engrossing will get up for second, but Terrace Gold trots in from Engrossing. On the inside, Raise the Tempo third, then Rassington, Fiery Reason. Boy, he didn't get hot. Followed by on the inside rail, Home Remedy, wider out Star Rango, and to Brook and Allen's Mate with the last pair.
I think he was a little bit upset with the outcome of that race. I'm not quite sure who we backed, but Terrace Gold with Jay Cassidy on his back was the one who got the results. 7, 11 and 13 past the post, and that's a double to Jay Cassidy. Let's have a look now, if we can, at Toast Race 4, the Cass 75. No third dividend, just a hobo. Quinella 620, trifecta 3320. Few to move in the Bright Blend Handicap Race 3 in Adelaide, over 2,400 metres of $10,000, and the favourite in the event is, I think it's Clyde's Mate. I'm not quite sure yet. We haven't got the tote update.